It is what it is. Unfortunately though, I am tired of being harassed by some of these people who are associated and like mutuals and like other creators, Twitch channels. I'm making this video to bring some awareness of who these people are, and hopefully you guys don't involve yourselves around these people because they're genuinely terrible people. Like, I have done nothing. So there's an ongoing situation that involves a group of people who are all linked one way or another, and this will be the last time I give them any attention. So let's get into it. In this screenshot here, you guys can see it's April 3rd. Bubblegum was in my chat. I was confronting Bubblegum about like that Celestial 1 account they were flexing. Why did it derank all the way to Diamond? I made the assumption that they must have been sharing accounts, and I was right, because right here you guys can see that they're saying my friend playing on my accounts while I grind up accounts for Flores. So this person is leveling up accounts for one above all Spidey player, and they're trying to say that they're not sharing these accounts with them. This made me realize that the Celestial 1 account Bubblegum was flexing was boosted and inflated by a one above all Spidey player. And when they were asking me to do these VODs for that account, I was most likely going to be VOD reviewing Flores' gameplay and not even Bubblegum's gameplay, because when I used to VOD review Bubblegum, they were hard stuck Diamond, barely making GM3, and they were a strategist player. I tolerated a lot of their toxic behavior, and after confronting them about sharing accounts with Flores and being boosted by him, their behavior only got worse, and it resulted in a permaban. Fast forward 6 days, this person came into my chat, pushing a false narrative, and given the prior events, my first instinct was to ask if they knew somebody named Bubblegum. They denied knowing who Bubblegum was, so I tried to have a regular conversation with this person. I tried to come to like an understanding. They didn't want to. They continued to be toxic, so I told them I wasn't gonna interact with them anymore. They left. They came back the next day with the same energy, and after given multiple warnings by my mods and myself, it resulted in Atomic getting permabanned. Later I came to find out that they did know each other, given the fact that this was one of their many interactions where Bubblegum was directly asking Atomic for a VOD review, and even more proof that their accounts were being shared between Bubblegum and Flores. After months of thankfully not hearing anything from these people, they unfortunately resurfaced, but this time it was directed towards one of my mods and the name was brought up again. And keep in mind that these people thrive and live off drama, so the more the better for them. So in a separate Discord server, Bubblegum mentions that their most known and favorite account they have is called Paris Hilton, but I knew I had seen that name before in someone else's stream, and here's the proof. I was actually able to find it quickly after remembering where I had seen the account before. And here's Flores again on that same account, which is more proof that Bubblegum and Flores are still sharing accounts to this day. And Bubblegum continues to flex stats that aren't theirs. Fast forward some more, Timmy comes in with 25 cents, puts him into the arcade machine, and joins the battle. Here's a screenshot of Timmy trying to create their own narrative, saying that I came into their chat first. Here's the first picture of my first time interaction with Timmy. He came into my chat trying to do the same thing Atomic did, pretended I was in a game with him, then proceeded to also harass me. The interaction was so cut and paste that it reminded me of the AI spam bots that go around Twitch channels posting the same script, so I already knew who this person was associated with, given the fact that he himself said Atomic sent him, then later on denied it. In the second interaction I had with him, I decided to go into a stream where I caught him and Bubblegum talking about win trading, and as soon as he saw I was in his chat, in true cowardice form, and just like roaches when you shine the light on them, he muted himself and ran away with Bubblegum, both with their tails tucked between their legs to avoid confrontation, and had his mod do all the talking for him, which was a complete 180 of how he was acting in my chat, telling me to hang up the mask and pack it up, but I'll let the comparison between me and Timmy in the next screenshots do the talking for me. To further prove how low of a level these people stoop down to, here's a conversation between Bubblegum and my mod again. Bubblegum is trying to justify literally cheating by saying it was just a one-time thing, but there has been enough proof that it wasn't a one-time thing because they have multiple accounts, know exactly what to do to win trade, and openly admit to throwing when they feel like it. Back to the conversation between myself and Timmy's mod, who is also unfortunately a part of the top Spidey player communities. I mentioned Bubblegum having multiple accounts and sharing them with people, but Timmy's mod admitted to everyone doing that. Then they proceeded to throw other streamers under the bus, like Ozu, by saying he was boosted by them, followers by saying they share accounts with viewers, and Rec by doing the same as followers. Which one of them is true since there's evidence of it in this video. Now going to this image, you can see that Bubblegum under a different name added my mod at 5 in the morning just to ask if this was his goat, which was a jab towards me, and proceeded to show my mod a screenshot of a game where I supposedly was in a game with one of Bubblegum's friends, and they said I ran it down. But what the picture doesn't fully show, and what Bubblegum failed to mention, is that I was healing the majority of the game and I was only able to switch to Spider-Man during the last few minutes of the game. So naturally, Bubblegum lied again and tried painting another false narrative of what really happened during this match, just to try to paint me in a bad image like they keep trying to do. This was the third interaction that I had with Bubblegum and Timmy. I was alerting Bubblegum that I had evidence of followers playing on one of their accounts. They proceeded to say that they didn't care about the account and they sold it for like $30. This is a person who was saying in one of the other images that the Paris Hilton account was one of their most known and favorite accounts. I then mentioned why rank is terrible because of players like these guys. And then Bubblegum says, like you, and I'm like, I have a better win rate on Spidey and this game's been boosted to Tug Timmy over here. What do you mean, me? And then Bubblegum says Timmy isn't boosted though. And so then I say, that's not what Ozu said. I got a clip. Cue the clip.
Yo, do you know anyone by the name Two Tug Timmy? Yeah, I used to be friends with him. I don't really talk to that guy anymore. Kind of sad too. I actually really liked him. But he came into my chat, and what do you say? Hate watching? Yeah, that sounds about right. If it makes you feel better, he gets boosted by his brother, because it's not very good.
Well, there you go. That's the clip. That's when I went into Ozu's stream and started questioning him whether he knew somebody named Tutuk Timmy, since Timmy came and started mentioning him on my stream the first time he came and attacked me. They then proceed to snitch on each other. They keep throwing Ozu under the bus. They're mentioning that Ozu has had one above all Spidey players play on his accounts. Then Timmy attacks my peak personally. I mentioned that, like, yeah, I'm Celestia 1 peak on my own. I'm not out here getting boosted or win traded like you. I later ran into Timmy in another streamer's chat. I confronted Timmy about everything that has been going on, but since he's a mod in this person's chat, he immediately banned me when he couldn't handle the truth. And again, like a coward would, he started making very serious allegations, but the irony is that all these 17-plus-year-old males are hanging around and heavily associating themselves around a person who has claimed being a 14, 15-year-old female, among other ages, but these guys freely take orders from this minor, believe everything they say, and allow this person to talk to them in very suspicious ways, which is just downright disgusting and should be looked into.
Dude, I'm sad that Timmy banned Belmont, bro. Like, Belmont was putting
Belmont's a weirdo, bro.
Whoever just spoke right now wouldn't have a voice
his
over
mod-
the first actor.
His mod was like harassing Bubblegum. He's a weirdo, bro.
What the fuck?
14-year-old girl, yeah.
That's fire.
I thought she was 15. Wait, let me.
Or 15 or whatever.
You know, Belmont hangs out with like the Epstein squad. I didn't know that.
No, literally. Oh
Why
shit.
is Belmont like so pressed about it though? Like, is it because he can't win games?
I
Yeah, he's
guess.
hard stuck Celestial. That's why he's pissed about it. He's hard stuck Celestial, and he's like, "Yo, why the fuck is Timmy like Eternity?" And like he diffed Timmy before, so
What I find hilarious is that these people have their egos inflated so much and think they're so important, but in reality they're so insignificant that I don't even remember versing them in games. But I clearly struck a nerve because they obviously do remember and even have said my name so much that at this point it comes out of their mouths as naturally as breathing is. But imagine hating someone so much you don't even know, but they live a cozy life rent-free in your head. That's probably what pisses all these people off. They're not used to real confrontation after all the BS they're always up to, and now they hate that they're getting called out by the same name they thought they could slander without consequence. I don't know where this video will end up. It can blow up, it could just be all a waste of time. Either way, it was more so proof and a warning to those associated with this group to show what they've been up to and the things they're proud of doing and the negative things they brag about. I rather associate myself with people who are real. So if there are any of those left out there, come stop by during my stream. I promise there's no win trading, no throwing, no cheating of any kind. Just real authentic Spidey gameplay while trying to climb the ranks the real way, with positive vibes from myself, friends, and viewers. Everyone is welcome and there will be no harassment and negativity tolerated. I'm done with this group. I'm finally done talking about them, and I'm just going to focus on things and people that will actually make a positive difference in my life.